Dear learners, now come to the topic of electromagnetic wave equation, which is a topic in next module. First, before going into the electromagnetic wave equation derivation, first you should know what is a wave is. Wave simply can be called a combination of low tide and high tide in simple words. Actual meaning is if a physical phenomenon that occurs at one place at a given time is reproduced at other places at later times, time delay being proportional to the space separation from the first location, then the group of phenomena constitutes a wave. With this small brief introduction of what is a wave, we will move on to the electromagnetic wave equation. For this particular wave equation derivation, we are going to use two different criteria and two geometries there. One is for conducting medium, we have to derive the wave equation. Second is for free space, we have to derive it. Conducting medium, also called normal conductor, and free space, we have to derive. It has to be derived in two different fields again. One is the electric field, second is the magnetic field. These equations can be derived from electromagnetic equations or Maxwell's equations, which we have derived in the last modules. Now first we will derive the electromagnetic wave equation for conducting medium in terms of electric field. For that particular derivation, the process is like this. Maxwell's equation from Faraday's law in point form, I am writing first. We know this already. In point form, Maxwell's equation using Faraday's law, that means Maxwell's equation 2 is written as del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T. We know already that B is equal to mu H, so this can be written as minus mu dou H by dou T. Now for this particular equation, I am going to take curl on both the sides. Taking curl is this. We have to take a cross product of del. Now the left hand side will become del cross E is equal to minus mu del cross dou H by dou T. Take this as equation number 1. Now Maxwell's equation from Ampere's law in point form is also taken here for our derivation. So according to that particular equation, it is known that del cross H is equal to J plus dou D by dou T. J is the conduction current density, dou D by dou T is the displacement current density. We know that is equal to sigma E plus epsilon dou E by dou T. Now I am going to differentiate this particular equation with respect to time. So it becomes del cross dou H by dou T is equal to sigma dou E by dou T plus epsilon dou square E by dou T square. Take this as equation number 2. Now what I am going to do is I am going to substitute this particular equation number 2 in equation number 1. If I do that, equation 1 will become del cross E is equal to minus mu. In the place of del cross dou H by dou T, this particular value should be written. So it is written here. Now separately these two terms are to be multiplied. If I do that, the equation 3 will become del cross E is equal to minus mu sigma dou E by dou T minus mu epsilon dou square E by dou T square. We know one identity from the electromagnetic fields, that is curl of curl H is equal to gradient of divergence E minus del square E, which is written here mathematically like del cross E is equal to del of del dot E minus del square E. You take this as equation number 4. But we know del dot E is nothing but del dot D by epsilon. Since there is no net charge here, charge density rho will become 0. That means obviously del dot D in turn del dot E will become 0. According to this particular assumption, what happens for equation number 4 is del cross E is equal to, this term will become 0 as such, remaining term will come here. You take this as equation number 5. Now if I compare equation 3 and equation number 5, you can see that both the left hand sides are same. That means right hand sides must be equal. If I equate the right hand sides, it will become del square E is equal to mu sigma dou E by dou T plus mu epsilon dou square E by dou t square. If I take these two terms to the other side, it becomes minus. So the final answer is del square E minus mu sigma dou E by dou t minus mu epsilon dou square E by dou t square equal to 0 is the required electromagnetic wave equation in terms of electric field. This is the first part in terms of electric field we have derived. Now coming to the second part of wave equation, which is to be derived in terms of magnetic field, we have to do the reverse one. That is, first we are going to write the Maxwell's equation from Ampere's law, that is in point form here, which states that del cross H is equal to sigma E plus epsilon dou E by dou t. Take curl on both the sides. So del cross H is equal to sigma into del cross E plus epsilon into del cross dou E by dou t will come. Take this as equation number 7. But Maxwell's equation from Faraday's law states that del cross E is equal to minus mu dou H by dou t. I am going to differentiate this particular equation with respect to time once. The equation will become del cross dou E by dou t equal to minus mu dou square H by dou t square. I am going to substitute the values of del cross E and del cross dou E by dou t in equation number 7. So what happens to equation number 7 is del cross H is equal to minus mu sigma dou H by dou t minus mu epsilon dou square H by dou t square will be the result. Take this as equation number 8. Now from the identity again, what we have seen in the first case, I am having del cross H is equal to del into del dot H minus del square H. But we know that B is equal to mu H we know. So del dot B is equal to mu into del dot H, which is again equal to 0. If I put this particular condition in this equation will be written as del cross H is equal to minus del square H. So now if I compare equations 8 and 9, we can see left hand sides are same, right hand sides must be equal. If I do that and if I rearrange some terms, I will get the answer as del square H minus mu sigma dou H by dou t minus mu epsilon dou square H by dou t square equal to 0. This is the required electromagnetic wave equation in terms of magnetic field. Now we have derived the electromagnetic wave equations for the conducting medium in terms of electric field and magnetic field. Now comes the second criteria or second geometry, which is my free space. So free space we know already. When I compare free space with the normal conductor, in free space conductivity sigma and charge rho will become 0 in the case of free space when compared with the normal conductor. So in the equations which we have derived for normal conductor or for conducting medium, if I take sigma as 0 and rho as 0, I will get or I will derive the wave equations for free space. So from the equations derived from conducting medium, the electromagnetic wave equation can be obtained by substituting sigma equal to 0 and rho equal to 0. Now again here two criteria, two fields are there. First in terms of electric field, if I write, what happens is for the conducting medium, we have derived the equation, wave equation is this. Here if I take this sigma as 0 for free space, this term alone will vanish. Remaining is del square E minus mu epsilon dou square E by dou t square equal to 0 is the result. This is the required electromagnetic wave equation for free space in terms of electric field. Next, in terms of magnetic field, the same thing has to be done. We have derived already the equation for conducting medium. There just you take sigma as 0 and rho as 0. So this term vanishes. Remaining term del square H minus mu epsilon dou square H by dou t square will become 0. This is the required electromagnetic wave equation for free space in terms of magnetic field HIL result. Also, one additional information is written here. Also in free space, we know that in air space or in vacuum, relative permeability and relative permittivity values are 1. So mu r equal to 1 and epsilon r equal to 1. This is the value. Now if I rewrite this one, what will happen is del square H minus what is mu was mu is equal to mu naught mu r. Epsilon is epsilon naught epsilon r. For free space medium, mu r value is 1, epsilon r value is 1. Obviously mu naught will remain, epsilon naught is going to remain. So this equation will be written like this. Now the values of mu naught and epsilon naught is already known mu naught value was 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Henry per meter. Epsilon naught, the value was 8.854 into 10 to the power plus 12 farad per meter, or I can write 1 by 36 pi into 10 to the power minus 9 farad per meter. If I multiply these two, the result is 1 by 9 into 10 to the power 16, which is also written as 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 8 the whole square. 3 into 10 to the power 8 value is very obvious to us because it is nothing but the velocity of light. So this can be written as velocity of light squared. Or I can write like this: 1 by square root of mu naught epsilon naught is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8, which is my v naught. V naught is nothing but the velocity of light. Then I can rewrite the wave equation obtained here for free space in this way. How? In the sense, just I am going to replace mu and epsilon in terms of v naught.